Welcome to the Superfacts Show on the Superfacts Network, featuring St. Laz, who also hosts the popular web series Gem Pop, and music journalist Mark Waldo Ward. They have discussions about hip-hop, culture, society, philosophy, and everything else. Now available on YouTube and wherever else you get your podcasts. What up, world? It's your boy Mark Waldo Ward. Superfacts Show, Superfacts Network. Today we got Kiran The Nomad. How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing well. I'm blessed. I'm highly favored. I'm glad to be on. What's up?
Chilling. You know, I was gonna introduce you as a rapper, but then when I was doing my research, you know, man, bro, your spoken word poems are insane. like straight up insanity. Particularly Brown Sugar. My wife really liked the Brown Sugar one.
Oh man, that's crazy. Hey, I'm kind of freaked out this is still on the internet, but I appreciate you, dog. Yeah, that's where it all started with spoken word.
Do you plan on continuing that? Because like from what I gather, there's not much money in spoken word poetry.
I continue it personally. I don't think I'll make a career out of it, so I don't think you'll see me like performing poetry again. But I definitely still do it in my free time, you know, when I need to clear my mind or whatever. Maybe
you can make like some spoken word prayer type interludes on your projects like DMX, because you know, we might as well get right into it. But off camera you told me that you were going to be a pastor, and you didn't. Did you directly give that up to be a rapper, or explain that?
Not directly, no, but I mean the short answer is yes. So I was going to be a pastor. I went to college to be a business major, and just because I'm really good with people. I knew I was good with people when I was younger.
Business major, that's about as far from God as you can get.
Yeah, because I'm good with people. I'm good with people. So I got there and I was like 17 in college. I went to an HBCU in Alabama. I didn't really know anyone there. I just got there and just kind of wanted just to be liked, honestly. And then my dad's a pastor, so it kind of made sense. I didn't realize how good I was with people until I got there. And then so it just kind of made sense just to make that transition. So I was there studying.
You mean because when you're at your dad's church, you know, you're kind of like a emissary, if you would, for your dad. So you got so used to dealing with people that's just like regular life.
Yeah, exactly. So I had two lives growing up. I'm from London, but I grew up in America. And so like I'll go to school and just have regular, you know, normal school shit growing up in public school. But then on weekends, my dad's a pastor and he was really good. So we would be at church every weekend, and it wasn't even like debatable. We were just at church. It was a whole different life. I had church friends, and then I had like school friends. So I got to college, and it was the first time I'd ever not been to a public school. It was actually a church school. Like the school was designed for people who grew up in my religion. I'm Seventh-day Adventist. So when I got there, it was just a culture shock because I was used to like public school, and they had rules at my college. They were like, it was no co-ed dorms. If I wore earrings, I got fined. If I didn't go to church, I got fined. It was a bunch of stuff that like I wasn't used to. So I went there. I was going to be a pastor. It was cool. And then that didn't really work out. It was just more so I couldn't afford it. It wasn't anything else other than that. So that's where everything else started.
But then also at one point you told me you got tickets to see Kendrick Lamar in Houston, I think.
Yeah. So fast forward. So I graduated high school 2013. This is like 2016, 2017 now. School's not worked out. I'm still traveling and speaking, and I'm doing like spoken word. I'm preaching sometimes. I'm selling stuff. I'm writing books. I'm doing all this other shit. And then I was speaking at an event in Ohio. And pretty much I was like, okay, well, I can come, but only if y'all let me leave early because someone got me tickets to the damn tour. So they were like, all right, bet. So I finished, and then I went back. I flew back to Houston, and I kid you not, I came in late. I saw Travis Scott flying on this bird, like in the arena in Houston. And then he finished his set, and then Kendrick came out, and it changed my life. I was like, this is what I have to do. There was no debate. There was no discussion. There was no debate. It was just like, yeah, this is going to be it. And within the next 2-3 months, I was rapping.
So Kendrick Lamar definitely gives his money's worth. When
it was like definitely life changing. Travis too. Seeing Travis at home, like he's from Houston, so seeing him at home was a different energy. So even back then, it's laughable because like I was into music, but not the same way I am now. Just didn't have the same understanding, but the passion was still there. So I took that and I ran with it. I was like, yeah, if I could take myself seriously. If some things could play out right, then I'd really could see myself doing this. So the rest is kind of history.
Are you still a member of your religion?
Not actively, no. Not actively, no. But I, even at the time then, I was still struggling to figure out what my niche was going to be, because even while I was pastoring and preaching, I didn't fit. So there was kind of like this weird thing about what I was going to end up doing and how everything was going to play out. So I either had a chance, and I tell people this all the time, it wasn't too hard for me. It was just hard because I cared about what people were going to think. So I was like, okay, I need to talk to God and see what's going to be best for me to do. And it really wasn't even like a hard conversation. It was clear where I was supposed to be. It was just then I was like, okay, do I either convince people or do I just do it and let people see for themselves? So I picked the latter, and, we're here now.
Well, I mean, I ain't go through all your shit and add up every stream and every view you have, but I know it's got to be at least in the 6 figures across all platforms. And if you think about, if you can, I mean, I'm sure you're still confident in your ability to spread positive energy and a good word in your music. So if you look at that, streams, views, spreading a message versus, at the most, let's say 10,000, if you become like homeboy down in Houston, I forgot his name, dude that ain't want to let nobody in, Joel Osteen. If you became like that, you reaching 10,000. So in a way, your medium's more effective.
Yeah, it was a lot of, like you said, like you're saying, a lot of conversations I kind of had spiritually, just with, I still do believe in God and higher powers and everything. So I was praying and young. I was like 19 through 22, 23. So I'm trying to figure it out. I was like, yo, what am I supposed to be doing? If I'm not supposed to be at school, let me know. If I am, let me know. And it became clear. He's like, yo, and I don't want to get too spiritual into it, but basically like church is full of people who are sick, but know they're sick, while there's a whole world full of people who are very unhealthy and have no idea that there's anything wrong with them. So you can take that and spin it however you want to. But for me, that's what I kind of like, the message I got. So I was like, okay, I don't even need to be here. I'm dealing with these people who already know like what's going on. And there's a whole another world of people who I could like help. And I could do that much, much more effectively with music. So it wasn't even really a hard conversation. It was more so hard because I was worried if people were going to like it or not at first.
Well, I mean, I'll get spiritual for a minute.
No, that's it.
I've always had, an affinity for religion. Not only do I believe in, I know that there's a higher power. That being said, I've never been much one for the Bible. I ain't never looked at the Torah, so I don't know much about that. Islam's cool, but I don't want my wife walking 50 feet behind me or whatever.
Yeah.
And like any if you go by the book, like in the Bible, Leviticus tells you not to cut your nails ever in your life. So I mean, how the hell are you gonna do that?
It's a lot of stuff that they say, and then it doesn't match up to what what's actually being done. So
I ain't gonna front, bro. I ain't gonna say I was hating, but I got a little resentful because I ain't ever met Moses or nobody, so they might be some hella people, but I'm like, this man's so much better than me that God come tell him how to act. Like I want God to come tell me how to act.
Bro, you get it, yeah.
Then I know what to do. So until then, I'm kind of like what it's called deism. Most of the people that signed the Declaration of Independence, which I guess ain't a good thing no more, we're deists, and that just means you believe in God, but you don't believe in an organized religion.
Yeah, so for sure. I would say
I just try to absorb good energy and put it out, and I feel like whatever creator or universal force or whatever, if that's somebody I want to ride with, he or she or they will be good with that.
I agree. I agree 100%. I think it's everyone's personal decision. So I don't try and force any beliefs or any lack of belief onto anybody. I just share my experience. I grew up in church, so that was what was considered norm for me. So once everyone goes through that phase or that age where you realize what you like rather than what your parents like or what people have told you need to like. So once I did that, and I still figured out, I still do believe in this God and this higher power because I've seen some crazy shit that could only be, explained with that. But at the same time, it's like, I don't believe in an organized religion and for me, it was different. I was a pastor. So, and I was decent, a little bit better than decent, but I just did, you know what I'm saying? So I liked being there. It felt right, but it felt right to other people. Deep down, like within, I was struggling because I was like, this isn't me.
I feel you, bro. I mean, bro, yeah, I went to church all the time. I mean, believe it or not, bro, I went to AME church like 3 days a week. I went to the church at the high school Kevin Durant went to.
But, wow.
Yeah, my rest in peace.
Wow,
My
yes.
godmother was a pastor there. But I mean,
Oh, for real?
I ain't never meet Kevin Durant. People in his neighborhood was scared to come to my neighborhood, and I'm enough older than him that we wouldn't overlap. But
Yeah, for sure.
but yeah. So I mean, anyway, that's enough of that. So getting to the music. By the time y'all are hearing this, Karen just released a new song, "Sex Problems."
Yes, sir. Out now.
That's a hell of a transition, huh? What? Tell me about the song, who's on it, and what are the
I got you.
particular sex problems you're referencing?
So very much like almost like the transition. It does feel like we blinked, and then like I'm in music now. One day you want to be industry, and then I don't know what happens if there's any like I don't know if I signed anything or anything like that. I just woke up and I'm just in the industry. So today we got this song called "Sex Problems" that just came out. I've been holding this song most of the year. I met the producer and the feature on the song the same day. I just flown back from Texas earlier on this year. And my homeboy was like, let's go to the studio. So I met them. This is the first song we did. We ended up becoming like a team. So we're a team now. But this was the very first song we ever did together. So I'm actually really, really happy it's out.
What's his name?
Ivan Kennedy. Ivan Kennedy. And then the producer on this is Cash and my producer, Diego.
So what are your sex problems?
Man, I got a lot of sex problems. Sex problems isn't even anything like specific. It's more like a play on sex in itself. I don't usually, and I kind of start my verse like that. I don't usually talk about the sex, but when she hits my line, we be all about the sex. It's self-explanatory. Like everyone has that one person, whether it's your wife or whoever you're fucking with, that's that person who does it for you. So I just wanted to make a song to highlight that and have some fun with it. It was a really fire studio session, and because my music is a little bit more on the serious side, it was just fun for me to have some fun with it.
See, I didn't know how personal I could get, and you can not answer if you wanted to, but I wanted to ask you when we were talking about religion, if you felt guilty when you lost your virginity.
Oh, hell no. Yeah, no. Even where I'm at with my religion now, like it's a very mature, a very, very, what's the best way to explain it? I just understand religion differently. So I'm not out here to prove anything. Let me put it that way. So there was even in my personal life, there's nothing to prove because like the dynamic I have with God is completely different. It's much more like you're here to help, do that. If you start worrying about what you did or didn't do or how you didn't do, you're just like everybody else. So I don't even count, or did I sin today? Or did I, what I'm saying? Like I'm much more on who did I help? How did I help? How did I impact? When I did meet a stranger, what was the interaction like? For me, God judges that way more than like, so this song even, like I got the song out. Am I out? Am I promoting? Am I sharing it? Am I trying to help? Am I connecting with people? Because this won't necessarily like help, but the connection will. So that's what I care about more so than anything.
So before this song came out, if you were meeting somebody and they're like, let me hear something, and let's say recently, what song would you have played for them?
If they met me in person, I'd play them my unreleased music. If they hadn't met me in person or it was an internet or a situation where I had to play some shit that was out, I'd play my recent project.
The whole project?
Yeah. And if I had to pick a song,
there'll be a link to that below.
There's a song called Roses.
Yeah.
There's a song called Roses that I really like. So.
See, I'm not even glad, bro. I listened to it, but I ain't doing no justice. I listened to them poems about like 5 times each. I'm a big spoken word fan, and like I grew up in DC. There's this place, Busboy in DC area. There's this place, Busboys and Poets.
Yeah, I know what that is. Yeah,
and I stay going there, and I miss that type shit, And
yeah,
like, there ain't no Def Poetry Slam and none of that no more.
The world's changing. People want it. There's just not an adequate platform to do it the way we need to do it. So. Maybe I'll be the one to make that.
Told me they used to do it. They said that the livest place to do it was at colleges, but it got to the point where they couldn't really explore any topics because subject matter was so perilous.
That's the other thing now. It's just like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. And I don't give a fuck, but I know society that we live in is a completely different society. So they low key care about what you do or don't say. So music for me is just a lot easier to express myself. Like I could get on this song and be like, fuck bitches, get money. No one cares. I could be like, we need to uplift women. No one cares. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can say whatever you need to say. So for that reason, I like to express myself just like, it's natural. I don't got to put on, I don't got to impress nobody. I can just make music. Even with spoken word, it was expression, but there was almost like a standard held to it because it's an art form. Like you have to do it a certain way for it to be considered acceptable. So
oh yeah,
music's just a lot
it's got
more
to work on multiple levels. Like that's why I was so impressed with
Yeah,
Brown Sugar, because it was like some lines that worked on like 5 or 6 different levels.
that was one of my first or second poems. That's crazy.
Bro, that crowd got hype as shit. Like I'm definitely putting a link in there. They got hype as shit.
Go Kiran! That was what, sophomore year of high school. So there's a rapper. I'm not sure if you've heard of him. His name's Mick Jenkins.
Yeah, of course.
So he was in that same poetry club that was at my school. So
No
that
shit.
was one of the few reasons I even gotten in the first place, because he was just then blowing up as an artist. So I was like,
Are you real hip to his music?
Yeah, because of affiliation.
Do you know
he went the song?
No. It's a rapper from Chicago, but Mick Jenkins has done a few songs with him.
You said his name's Tree?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I've heard the name. I might have heard the name. Is he black?
He is. He invented a genre called soul trap. To me, he's a musical genius. He didn't quite advance as far as you would have thought, but if you look up Tree Soul Trap, you'll hear some amazing shit.
Man, you gave me something to tap into. Say less. Yeah, sound like you. I love Nick. So
all right,
that works.
And since we talking about that, and I got you, I saw on your thing that you said you was a big Tyler the Creator fan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
My son is a big Tyler the Creator fan. I am too. I remember when he dropped that I Future Wolfgang Kill 'Em All torrent that had like 73 projects on it and shit. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and I listened to all of them, but I kind of fell off with it, and then because I'm an old man, so I like CDs and shit. So I just now got into like streaming heavy the last couple years. So I have been listening to some of the new Tyler shit, and I want your advice.
Yes, sir. I got you.
Which one of these do you think is the best, and what are some of the standout songs? Like looking at these right now, which one makes you go, oh, you should listen to his second verse on number 8?
Oh, okay, bet. So
because I like him as a musician, but I really like him as a rapper.
So I might get in trouble for saying this. I mean, I'm talking to you. Like I said, I don't sugarcoat. So to me, if you're taking 7 projects, Tyler's 7 are better than Kendrick Lamar's 7. That didn't become truth to me until very recently, until I went back and heard all his products. So I was familiar with Tyler. I knew about Our Future, obviously, and then
that's a hot take, but I don't think it's crazy.
It's not. Yeah, I don't think it's that crazy. But when you do the whole 7, like from his, he has. Don't make me count them. But Igor, Flower Boy, the new project, Call Me If You Get Lost. There's a couple other ones that I had to go back and listen to that I heard right before this new album came out. So Goblin, I was already kind of like impressed.
Right.
Yeah, Cherry Bomb, I was the one I had skipped and went back to. Oh my goodness. He's ridiculous. So
that should go hard.
For me,
that's what I've listened to the most of the 3 I showed you.
Yeah, I like projects. So I like singles, I like good songs, I like good music. I love a cohesive project. So for him to have this many cohesive says a lot to me. And I get, of course, the critical acclaim of Kendrick and what he's been doing and everything. So I'm not trying to make that argument, but I understand project for project, all 7 combined. Yeah, it's a very, very, very beautiful story. So
I want to earn more money, because I guarantee I know Kendrick got him on the sales, maybe on the touring, but I know Tyler's killing him on the merchandising.
Yeah, Tyler, because his merchandise has been a thing since Our Future. So he's probably a little ahead of Kendrick. And yeah, like you said, I'm not sure. I'm sure it'd be an interesting conversation. Even in hip hop in general, I'd love to pose that argument, because 7 for 7, it's a toss up. I understand how we feel about Kendrick's last 3 or 4, but 7 for 7 overall, I don't know, bro. Tyler's a very, very, very gifted artist. So, and he grew on me. He wasn't one of those people who, I was a fan. I wasn't even a fan when Our Future came out. I knew what it was. I just thought it was weird. Seeing his character development, his music development, his social development, his mental and personal, and just like how he moves now and how he like manipulates the industry. I'm very impressed. Very, very,
bro,
very
I'm
impressed.
always a fan of people who are themselves. I mean, that's why I have an affinity for your work. I like people who
I appreciate
they ain't chasing nothing, they or if they are, they're chasing themselves. They ain't chasing
exactly and you can
it
shows. Yeah, it shows. You can see it. So to answer your question, off the new album, the joint with Lil Wayne is ridiculous. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting names. Everyone plays What's Your Name with Young Boy. That song's okay.
The one that starts with
a
an
song
H.
on.
It starts with an
What's
H.
your
It got like on the new album. It got like a minute 49 video. I just remember it's like Harana or some shit.
Oh, is it not Corso? Not Lemonhead?
No, it definitely starts with an H.
Man,
I know that shit has a ridiculous verse, but I only heard that.
I can't even remember the name of it.
I ain't the biggest.
And then on his older projects,
listen to an album on videos. But yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. So I was just saying, on the other projects, there's this one song where he's rapping from the perspective of a fan who really wants to meet him, and like the fan's like freaking out. I always forget the name of this song. I think it's on Cherry Bomb. And the fan is like really, really, really excited to meet him and is like doing the most. And then at the end, Tyler's just like, yo, just take this fucking picture and like get out my like. And I love the way the song is done. I think that song is incredible.
I know what you're talking about. I think it's like number 10. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I think it is. I think it is. Yeah.
That shit stood out to me too.
Yeah, and then the last one that stands out, is the long one on the new album, the very long one that gives me Sing About Me Dying of Thirst vibes from Kendrick. It's very, very long. The story is incredible. He did it in 2 takes. And the second take, he just ridiculous. He didn't even put any mixing on it and then kept it on the album. So to me, that's crazy. His new shit is definitely fire. I'm waiting I'm waiting for the vinyl. But yes, sir. Oh, you into vinyls? Yes, sir.
Oh shit, you don't see the fucking record racks?
Yeah, I do. I'm looking, I'm like, it's fire.
But yes. But before we get out of here, after Sex Problems, what's next for you musically? And let them know everywhere they can find you online, your music, socials, anything you might be selling that I don't know about, yada yada. You know the drill. You woke up in the industry.
For sure. Yes, sir. So the name is Kiran The Nomad again. Thank y'all for Sex Problems is out now. Y'all stream that everywhere y'all stream. I'm getting ready to drop the biggest song of my career in about 2-3 weeks. So that's a song called What You See. And it's the lead single off of my new project, Nights Before Party Volume 2. So I'll be getting ready to push that like crazy. I don't think I've ever pushed a single the way I'm about to push that single. So get ready to see a lot of me. I'll be doing a lot of videos, TikTok. There's going to be merch for the single. So just stuff I haven't done before. Other than that, y'all can find me, Kiran The Nomad, everywhere on socials. I'm always either giving advice or trying to help. So if you see me doing that, that's just me being in my element. That's pretty much it.
So that means if they hit you up, you'll respond.
Yeah, for sure.
For now.
There's no ego here. For now, yeah. The only time I want is if there's no availability. But right now, yeah. I'm the opposite of where that is. I'm trying to get to that spot. That spot. And I don't have shame in saying that either. I think a lot of artists try and have this fake guise of busy. I'm busy, but it's all controlled. The last thing I want to leave people with is life is short. So do what you want in life and fuck everything else. I wanted to do music. I wanted to be a rapper. I wanted to talk to people and interview and merch. And like, that was what I dreamed about. So for me, this is happiness. There is no like stream number or dollar amount that's ever going to come to make me feel better than I already do. Just being able to do music is everything to me. So whoever does listen to this and whoever checks this out, just try and do what you love. Life is short. People are fickle. Time is of the essence. So make it count.
That's the best thing anyone's ever said at the end of an episode. Kiran The Nomad.
I appreciate you, bro.
Oh shit, I appreciate you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, bro. I'll talk to you. So I'm gonna send you the new stuff right now.
All right, that's a bet. Super Facts Show, Mark Waldo Wars, Super Facts Network. Have a good day, brother.
Yes, sir.